If you're able to
Mm.
communicate those few things in the first 5 seconds or so, for
Mm-hmm.
sure they might be interested and they might actually chip in.
My name is Samim Bogo, and I'm committed to making a difference in this world by improving my life and others' lives. Welcome to Sam Show. How would you get how do you get investors?
It's like a selling concept, right? Like for instance,
Mm-hmm.
so let's say, what would you like to invest in? Let's say you had the capital. What would you like to invest in?
Something profitable, something that looks
Uh-huh.
like they've something a business that has first a visionary,
Mm-hmm.
good management maybe, and someone who is not just thinking about the cash,
Yeah.
someone who is thinking about the customers and how they'll serve them. Something that's, if I was a venture capitalist, I think that's what I'd look at.
So basically, so you just go up with it. If you can like create a business model canvas, this is key, and then decide to understand exactly what your business is, so it can look like it's
Mm-hmm.
visionary, right? Make sure it's
Yeah.
profitable, make it like it's also going somewhere, and you have a key connection with your clients, right? If you're able to communicate those few things in the first 5 seconds or so, for sure they might be interested and they might actually chip in. So it's an aspect of also communication and confidence and how you communicate the product not only to your investor, right, but also to your customer,
Yeah.
because you need the customer to come to you to have the numbers, right? Numbers. So you go and look for the
Yeah.
capital. Yeah. You cannot have the three aspects working together. Like if you cannot convince the customer to come to you, you won't have the numbers to go to the investor, and the investor
Yeah.
won't have any reason to invest in you. So you
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
have the ability to convince, to sell, basically just to sell.
So on that point still, so do you have to start off first and then you go for an investor, or you can start off with an investor? What's your suggestion on that?
You need to first look for a way to get started, to have numbers, right?
Yeah. To have numbers.
You need numbers. Have an actual result based. You first get money from friends and family, and then have numbers, have actual results of actually winning. If you don't have those numbers, they didn't go very far. Numbers, I mean profit and loss, liquidity ratio, like how liquid is the business, what's the rate of improvement in terms of maybe you're growing at 20% or 10% or whatever the case is, the balance sheet,
Yeah.
like what your assets, liabilities. Yeah, trying to say basically, like I got this from my pal, right? And then with this small trims, I was able to do this, right? With this small, just imagine how much if you gave me this amount, right? How much more I could be able to do, right?
What you're saying is that at the beginning, an investor is not such a good idea. Friends
You
and
won't,
family is
it's
a
very
better idea.
difficult. It's very difficult to get an investor because they're doing it for their personal reasons. They might not even really
Yeah.
care about your cause, really.
Yeah.
So but they're doing it for their own personal to profit, right? You need to focus more on having those numbers to convince them.
So someone who doesn't have maybe support from friends or family or has no savings or any cash, what would you suggest them to do?
What most people have done, they have probably worked as an apprenticeship, like work in a similar business, and then build a
Yeah.
capital, like just get a job, and then that way you
Yeah.
can be able to acquire those skills, and then at the same time get the capital. So by the time you're starting out, you're starting out from somewhere. So again, skills are important.
What has changed about you before and after now you started your business?